Good morning, friends. So today I felt inspired to share just a little quick video on some yoga for your neck, like doing any kind of neck stretching and deep breathing to help relieve any tension you may have coming down the front, down the sides, or down the back, or leading up into your head or down into your shoulders. I posted a picture yesterday about the yoga pose Uttanasana, which is known as forward fold in English, and how it's really good for your hamstrings. And she posted something like, share neck stretches. So I was like, you know what, I might as well just make a video, and we can just go through it together. So, and you can always come back to this if it's something that I know most people usually need. A lot of us are on our phones like this, or on a computer, or driving, or whatever we're doing, and we tend to curl in and tuck our head. And it's also very symbolic of protecting ourselves and our hearts, because when we're confident and we're open, we shine our hearts, we roll the shoulders back, we bring our chin up. But most of us are kind of hurting and just wanting to cradle ourselves. So it's also really nice, not only for the muscular side of things, but also the energetic and the emotional side too. So if you're interested, I invite us all to find a nice comfortable seat and just start to find length in the spine. Not really stretching upward or moving in any certain way, but just sending that image to your spine of creating length from the tip of the tailbone to the top of your head. And allowing the shoulders to stack over the hips. And I invite you to start lengthening the breath. We'll take a few deep breaths in and out together, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. And again. We let it go. Taking another deep breath in. And on the exhale, just dropping the chin to chest. And starting to get that nice pull all up the back of the neck. And with a connected breath and movement, we'll inhale and just start to rock the left ear to the left shoulder. Exhale back down. And take it to the other side. Inhaling right ear. Doing this a few times. Taking this horseshoe motion. And within this practice here, we can begin to give a little extra pull if we feel that we're finding some spots that are tight. So stopping with the right ear towards the right shoulder, inviting that right hand to the head, and just starting to allow with gravity the head to sink a little deeper, and we start to get that nice pull all the way down the left side of the neck. Gently releasing as we drop the neck down, bringing it to the left side, and again that left hand now comes to the head and it starts to pull all the way down that right side. And if you're finding spots that feel extra tight, or it's a little painful or a little uncomfortable, imagine that in that tight spot, I can feel it especially right in here, my sternocleidomastoid, which is this really big muscle that stretches from the back of the ear down to the clavicle and the sternum. It feels extremely taut. So I would just imagine that as I inhale, I'm drawing all of the breath into this area, so giving an intention to that breath. The inhale comes in, it's creating space, it's making room, and as you exhale, all of that tension, all of that pain, all of that discomfort is released. And something I like to do when I'm in these positions is also play with my lower jaw. So the part of the mouth that moves when we speak, all of this stuff up here stays pretty still. And the only part that moves is the mandible that hooks in the jaw. It's like that one piece of the jaw that always can come apart when you look at those skeletal skulls. So when you're in your position, wherever you find that tension, wherever you feel like it's tight and you want a little more stretch, just begin to play with that mandible, with that bottom part of your jaw. Maybe taking it in circles, pulling it from one side to the other, opening it really wide, clenching your teeth, and just seeing the difference that it makes in these neck muscles. Because everything comes together and they all play a part in all of these motions. Like for me, my right side of the neck is super tight. And I can even feel that coming up into my jaw, or what they call the TMJ, the temporomandibular joint, where you can feel, if you put your finger right outside of your ear and you start to shift the jaw, you can feel where that joint is. So that's really nice as you have the head tilted down. And then you can do the same thing with your head tilted up. So you can start taking that horseshoe in the other direction, starting with your left ear at your left shoulder and rolling it back to the other side. And just taking a moment too to check in that you're not scrunching your shoulders up to try and touch the ear. That's not the point. So if your hands are in your lap or on your knees, just tuning into those shoulders, that they're nice and relaxed down. And so the head's going to fall wherever it falls, and we're not trying to force that ear to the shoulder. We're just inviting it to be in that general area. And again, once you find those spots that are tight, like say here, for example, again, mine today is the right side of my neck. Just drawing my head, and I can start to get that pull even deeper. And then again, just playing with the jaw. And always coming back to the breath. Deep breath in as you imagine that air, that oxygen, that prana coming in and creating a space into those tight corners. And then exhaling, releasing everything out. And then eventually you can turn this into full head and neck rolls if that feels safe and supported for you. Always listening to your body. Maybe even coming up with the chin lifted. Maybe if you lie and face breath as you open the mouth wide and stick the tongue out. Clenching the teeth, seeing how that all feels. And then even dropping the chin back to the chest. Maybe a little light pressure coming downward, and you can feel that pull all the way down the spine as well. And eventually making your way back to that long spine with the shoulders stacked. Returning to the breath, returning to your moment. And these are really nice little stretches that you can do just to bring yourself in from whatever you're doing. You know, when we all tend to hold a lot of stress, neck and shoulders, like I said, we're on our phones, we're protecting our heart, we're driving, we're doing whatever we're doing, and things slowly start to inch their way up and move their way forward. So if you want to take a moment to be mindful of your body and of the things that you're doing throughout the day, just giving those nice little neck stretches can be a really great practice to recenter you, bring you back into the moment, and move without a lot of strenuous activity around it. So thank you for tuning in, and I hope this helped, and I can't wait to share more with you guys in the future.